Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of another episode in the hood. I'm your hood sommelier. I'm Jack, and today we are traveling to Kentucky, specifically to Brown-Forman. Where are we going? We are going to review Old Forester. Now, every year, Old Forester will come up with what they call their birthday bourbon. If you look on this, I like to, like I say, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you the release on expression every year. Every year marks something special for Old Forester. I think this year, the 2020 birthday bourbon was marking the anniversary of something. So I'm not an expert. I'm not gonna talk about it. But let's just say that this has been the hardest bottle for me to get. It's weird. Let me explain. This is a $130 bottle that you can purchase it for. I was online that day trying to purchase my $130 birthday bourbon, and the website crashed, and I couldn't get my bottle. So I got a little salty. I didn't like it. If you see here, this is what a birthday bourbon is supposed to look like. I was lucky in 2017 and 2016 to be able to grab me a bottle. I bought this one in an auction, and this one I was able to get. So 16 and 17 are the one I have. But the 2020, when I started doing YouTube, I'm like, I need to put my hand on the 2020. And I would tell you, I've asked everybody. On the secondary market today, Old Forester 2020 birthday bourbon is the highest I've seen it is $1,099. So $1,100 for this birthday bourbon, which I believe is ludicrous. For a $130 bottle is almost 1,000 times higher. So what I did, and what I advise everybody here on our channels to do, is if you want to try something, make sure you go to your whiskey bar or the one that get all the new release, and you can try it and really know if you really like it, don't like it, and is it worth the pursuit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased right now because I did try it about 2 weeks ago at my whiskey bar, and I'm like, oh, I need to bring it to my audience here for you guys to know. So if you want to know what a 2020 birthday bourbon look like, just look here on the screen. It's right there. Is what the 2020 birthday bourbon look like. Or if you look here on this screen, the bottle pretty much is a very interesting looking bottle. Look almost like a pot still. A pot still that the look form. The design is just amazing when you look at it. Old Forester having a brand that I've always liked. From the regular expression to the high proof expression. I believe if you look behind me, I have the 1870, the 1897, and I even have the barrel proof that Old Forester decided to release, which I would do a review later on down the line. And this year, I believe they release also the 150-year anniversary Old Forester, which will be something that I'll be talking about later on. In the future episode, I will do a review of those. But the birthday bourbon is something every collector of Old Forester want to get their hands on. And for me, it was very, very hard to get my hands. I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to get a bottle. But like I tell you, you have to be smart on the Hood Sommelier channel. I was able to talk to my whiskey place, and they were able to get me a 2-ounce sampler because that's all we need to be able to get this bottle. It's a $130 bottle. We are going to taste it, and we are going to see, is it worth $130 bottle, and is this year expression really a good expression? From what they're telling us about this birthday bourbon, they're saying the special release for 2020. I have a lot of fruity and savory note, and it's something to look forward to. Now, if you guys are out here chasing for it, I'm here to tell you we are going to taste it and see if it's worth the chase. So let's get to it. 2020 Old Forester birthday bourbon. Have it right here. Let's see what it is about. There we go. So you guys get to see what exactly do I have. Today I changed my look. I have a sweater on, so if you guys haven't grabbed your sweater yet, make sure you grab your sweater. Winter's coming. Let's make sure you actually have your sweater. But we're talking about the 2020 birthday bourbon. Look at that. I don't know, if I was impressed by my first pour of the birthday bourbon, but Brown-Forman usually does a great job. You guys know on this channel, I always say the truth is barrel proof. So when something is already blended or brought down to 96 proof, I'm a little skeptical about it. Also, this is a 12-year, I believe this one is a 13-year age bourbon. So I'm expecting a lot of things out of it. Let's look at the color. Color-wise, it's not a dark color at all. It's a light amber. It's like the beginning of a fire color. So it's not very too much. The legs on this thing are quite steady. No long legs at all. On the nose, it is fruity. Let me get some water and clear my palate. On the nose, it's quite fruity. I'm getting a lot of apple, peach, a little bit of banana. It still has a little punch to it on the ethanol sides. I'm not getting any cinnamon at all, or no oak at all. This is an annual release. Is the birthday release. I'm looking at the previous one here, and it's 12-year-old cask that we see here. I don't have the bottle with me, so I can't really tell you. But it is a Brown-Forman product, which I'm very respectful of. The nose doesn't have a lot, but it's quite fruity on the nose. I've been tasting a little bit all day, so I apologize. I have to take a little bit of time. Yeah, so you get a little bit of banana, a little bit of pear, apple candy. So that's what we are getting on the nose right now. Let's see. It's smooth butter, a little bit of butter when you bring it in, but it's very low proof. A little bit of that Kentucky hug. I don't think it was finished in anything. I believe it was. It doesn't always say, what it was finished in, or if it was a specific type of oak that was used. I'm assuming it's regular barrel oak, but I'm looking at this right now. A little bit of rice spice, a little bit of cinnamon and anise. But it stayed on the front of the tongue, right? It really stays on the front of the tongue. You don't get anything on the back beside a little bit of hug that you get. Most of the birthday bourbon are 96 proof, so they have a low proof to it. 97 in 2016, so. It's a little tannic too. You get that grape and apple. But what I was getting on the nose with that banana, it disappears. But there's There's a little rye spice that you get right at the end of the tasting. On the finish side, there's a little bit of spice, a little bit of I like to say corn pepper spice, but not too spicy that you not, you know, like habanero. It's just corn pepper. So is it worth $130? That's the real question. Is it worth $130, or is it worth $1,000 on a secondary? No, it's absolutely not. It's a good bottle. It's a good tasting, but you remind me of a nice sipper that you can have on a cold day. You lose that fruitiness, and you just get all the strawberry, the dark cherry, and slight bitterness from a little bit of tannic grape, like those acidic grape, but nothing really to get you excited. But I'm loving this hug that he has. It's just. It just makes you feel warm inside. Like on a cold night, this will be a drink I'll have to make myself feel great. After a long day, I don't want to drink anything high proof, but I still want to enjoy something with some rye spice to it and a little bit of, you know, cinnamon spice. I will definitely pour this one. But for the price, you rank with a lot of bottles that are high end. Prices, and I don't know, seriously, I don't know if $1,000 on a secondary is worth the hype. I don't know if it is worth the hype. All I know is it's something I will buy to actually have on a cold night, because it has a lot of intricacies and enough spice for me to actually try. Will I spend $130 on it just to say I own it? I would say just to say I own it. But is it going to be something that I'm actually going to buy to say, oh, I'm so proud that somebody needs to try it? No. I would rather have an old Forester single barrel at that 96 proof. There's a lot of old Forester single barrel that have blown my mind. I have that tobacco, that dark cherry leather, and that. If you're into birthday bourbon, which I believe is a collectible item, go for it. You can get it $130 at retail. You can get that, but will I pay $1,000 for this bottle and or chase it at secondary market? My answer would be hell no. So thank you for watching. This was a review of the 2020 Old Forester birthday bourbon. You can take a look at it, what the bottle looks like. This is an example of one of the bottle of 2017. I wasn't able to get one, but my friends at Proof in Omaha here were able to get me one. Tell me what you think if you had a chance to try it. For a $130 bottle, I'm a little let down by it, but that's just me. Remember, the truth is barrel proof. And I hope I see you in the next episode. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. For more information and more reviews like this, please check out the links below. Subscribe to my channel, and please check out my IG for more daily contents and way to make cocktails. And if you want to wear awesome gears like this, check out my website on the description below.